Is lifestyle creep really a thing? Do you know what it is? Is it happening to you without you even realising it? Let's jump in. Hi ladies and gents, how is everyone today? It is lovely to have you all back again. And yes, today we are talking about lifestyle creep. It happens to everybody, believe it or not. Before we jump into all the juicy stuff, I want to give a big shout out to the beautiful Min Wade. Hi Min, mwah, all the way in Adelaide in Australia. And Min Wade just always comments down below and is just a lovely subby. So I just wanted to say a big hi. And the fragrance of today is none other than the beautiful Alien. And this little beauty has the top notes in it are jasmine, and the mid notes she is woody, and there's amber in there, and she's florally, and she is strong and sexy and beautiful. I've told you before, this one, I'll stick the price up for you, and Katie loves this one. She doesn't break the bank like some of the other ones do, so you know, she's okay. She's not in the lifestyle creep category. Now, lifestyle creep is one of those things that I think happens to us all. It's like a sneaky, subtle little thing that creeps up on us and bites us on the butt before we even know where we are and what we're doing. It's really insipid, I suppose, and subtle. And if it's overlooked, it's a real obstacle to getting in the way of you getting ahead. People, when they start, basically what it is once your income increases, your spending tends to increase if you don't keep an eye on it, and your overall standard of living increases. That's exactly what lifestyle creep. It's lifestyle inflation, and it really does creep up. It's one of those things where you're like, you know, all of a sudden as your income goes up, you're like, oh, I can afford this now, and I can go here, and I can do this, and I can get this done. So we're going to jump into just a few of them today, and then in part B of this video, we are going to talk about what we can do to avoid this or to help us along our merry little journeys. So the first one I wanted to talk about, the subtle little way, and these are dangerous little traps, are, did you ever now, you know, when you have the few extra spondoolies and the income is fine and flowing and all the rest of it, and you know, you're there a Friday night or whatever, and you just can't be bothered to cook, and you can't be bothered to do this, that, and the other. So what do we pay for? Convenience. Yes, we get our takeaways delivered, lots of our shopping delivered, whatever else it may be. We pay for convenience. We pay for our cars to be washed without doing them themselves. We pay for different services to be done, whether it be on your house, whether like decorating, whatever it may be, your garden, whatever it may be. We pay for certain conveniences so that we don't have to pay for them ourselves. And also it's because we can. Because we can, we do. And that can be a dangerous trap to fall into. It's fine if you can afford it and you've looked after obviously all your finances. Listen, we all do our own thing. I'm not here to preach to anybody. I'm just saying what can happen, and it definitely has happened to me, and I'm sure it has happened to you. Let me know down below what kind of you would rather pay for than have to do yourself. One of the things I like to pay for now, and I'll be very honest with you, is my editing. I used to do my editing myself, and I'm going to give a big shout out to my editor Mariano. Hi Mariano, how are you? And he's all the way over in Argentina. And I just wanted to say hello because he does a brilliant job. And yes, I used to do my editing myself, but I have, you know, my 2 children. I have other things going on in my life. I do other kind of bits and pieces and jobs and whatever else that I'm asked to do. I like to free up my time, and my time to me is more valuable than money. But you need to strike a healthy balance because, you know, there are certain things we can do ourselves. And like editing for me was taking up too much time. So you have to decide for you what is your kind of important thing to do, what you can drop, what you can afford to drop, or what you need to do yourself. So definitely convenience is something that we pay for. But yes, it's definitely worth it, particularly if you have a good editor. And also if, you know, you can dish out to other people jobs they can do better than you can do yourself. That can be a definite pro to delegating the work. Premiums, oh yeah, what gets really extreme when people start to pay for concierge services. So I know a couple of people that, you know, they have way too much money on their hands, and I know lots of us would be just delighted to take it off them, and they pay for things like people to go out and get their hangers. Yeah, they do. You might be going, what, Viv? Yes, yes. There is a group, I think they're still going, it's called Quintessential, and it's a concierge group. Look them up. And yes, you can pay them a certain fee a year. Listen, you can buy anything with money. We all know that at this stage. And they will go and do whatever job it is that you want or need done that you don't have the time to do. So if you want somebody to go out and buy your hangers for your closet or anything else, they will do that. Not a problem. No bother at all. Number 2 is experiences. We tend to, as our income goes up, and again, our standard of living goes up, and you might be mixing in different crowds and different circles, that you may want to go to different hotels, maybe 5-star hotels, rather than the hotels 3 or 4-star that you were going to initially. You might want 5-star travel experiences instead of going economy class. You might now want to travel in your VIP first class and have all your lovely services and your beautiful silver cutleryware and your champagne and all of that kind of stuff. Restaurants, you may want to go to 5-star restaurants and fine dining instead of what you used to do. So your life kind of creeps up as your income creeps up, and you have to just be so careful to watch it. And also what we tend to do or tend not to do, and you have to be very careful, is we don't budget. Well, some people don't. Some people are very good at it and always will be, always have been. But as your lifestyle creeps up and as your income creeps up, some people forget to budget, that they're like, we don't need it anymore. We have all this extra cash and I don't need to budget. I can buy whatever I want. Yes, you can. Of course you can. But therefore that leads to your spending going up again. And it can be a trade-off, no budgeting, and now you've got a spending problem. So 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, as my father would say. All these Irish sayings, you're probably going, what is she talking about? So yes, you have to be careful about the stopping the budgeting, and you have to plan your spending. Always have a little spending plan, whether it's saving for the handbag or whether it's saving for whatever it is. No matter what your lifestyle is, plan and save, that you don't have any of these like surprises coming around the corner, because we've enough of them in our lives, don't we? The next thing I would say is self-care. I would be very guilty of this. I have been guilty of it in the past, I have to say, and self-care in the fact, obviously, it's very, very important, particularly exercise and all that kind of stuff. We don't have to talk about that, but you know, as it goes, you know, treatments, maybe getting your hair done or colored, you might get it done more often, you might go to a more expensive hairdresser, your facials, your massages, maybe you're getting facial treatments, maybe you're getting Botox, maybe you're getting fillers, maybe you're getting plastic surgery. You know, our lifestyle tends to creep up, and the more money we have, you feel like, well, I'm in this bracket now maybe, so I need to. And again, social media plays a part in this. Instagram, YouTube, all of the above, watching our neighbours, watching our peers, watching everybody else, comparing. As they say, comparison is a thief of joy, we all know that. But yes, definitely self-care can creep up, particularly for the ladies. The men are good at it too now. Jason, you comment down below, let me know. And so yes, I just think you have to be careful with the self-care, that we kind of tend to go, you know, well, one of my favourite sayings is treats be needed, but that's any excuse, isn't it? That's just justifying a purchase. My cousin started that off, so I'm going to blame her. But anyway, so yes, self-care and the treatments and the massages and the facials and all of the rest of it can really creep up and increase your spending. And these are all little subtle ways that you don't really notice. It's like, oh yeah, I'll go there for dinner, and oh yeah, I'll get this done, and all of a sudden you've gone, where's my money gone? So it's amazing how it's all relative, that when you're in one level of spending, that you know, you watch your spending, you might look for bargains and look for sales and all that kind of stuff. And that is another thing, that you stop doing those kind of like thrifty little things, like looking for the sales, shopping when only the sales come up, looking for the bargains, keeping your coupons, keeping your discount codes. All of that kind of stuff is really, really important, but kind of goes out the window when you're level, because you don't need to do it anymore, and now you're just spending willy-nilly. And that's why, you know, a lot of the lottery millionaires have lost all their money, because they basically were in one income level and they've jumped to a whole new income level, and they have no idea how to manage their money. It's actually really interesting if you go on any of the YouTube channels or anything like that and look up lottery winners. That's a really, really good one. And again, it's on kind of human behavior and how the mind works, and that, you know, they weren't taught, or we're not taught, how to manage our money. It's something your parents have to teach you. You certainly don't learn it in school, because the government don't really want you to Learn how to manage your money. Well, maybe they do. Well, I don't know. And we don't learn about it in school. As far as I'm concerned, you don't learn enough about finance and managing your money in school, which is something you should. But anyway, that's for a whole other day. We can talk about that. So that is another thing to watch out, that you're literally just going out and going, well, I can afford this, 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 and this. Next minute, you're like one of those lottery millionaires. And if you're one of those people, please let us know your story down below. And next minute, all your money is gone. Or you're so generous, you're spending it on everybody else and you're bringing them to restaurants and parties and everything else. And as they say, people are very happy to drive the Ferrari with you, but they don't want to jump on the bus with you. Yeah, that's when you find out who your real friends are. So there are four. And the very last one I want to talk about is your peers. When you are spending more money than your peers and they're on a similar income or the same income as you got a problem, my friend. You got a friend in me. You got a problem because you are spending above your means. You're probably going, well, why can't they afford this, that, and the other? And you know how much a materialistic world we're living in these days. They're probably budgeting, saving for retirement and, you know, putting away their little emergency fund. We should always have an emergency fund. So that is something to just keep in mind. On my next video, I'm going to do a short one on what you and I can do about it so it won't happen to you. So stay tuned, hit the subscribe and hit the bell because you want to know when the next one comes up or else you won't get notified. And thank you so much for being here. And you know what, when we're at 15,000 and we nearly are subscribers, because lots of you are watching, some of you are forgetting to hit my bell, hit subscribe, hit like. It really helps us out. And yes, I am going to do a giveaway. And yes, I love doing giveaways because I love to give back. You deserve it. I appreciate you. And that's what I want to say. So there will be a little giveaway at 15K. But it will only be for subscribers because I think some people forget. And it's free. It doesn't cost anything. Then you're not going to be spammed or anything like that. So I hope you enjoyed today's video and stay tuned for part 2 because it's going to help you avoid lifestyle creep like the plague. Until next time, be kind, be safe, be compassionate. Love you lots. Mwah.